Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing all right. Hi, Haley. Are you able to hear me? Hope you're doing all right today. Hey, Dad. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you, Dad. Hey, Airbrush. How's it going? See if I can get an angle here where I can actually see the screen. Hey. What's up, Eric, the Airbrush Artist? Thanks for stopping in, man. Everybody hear me okay? Much love to you, Dad. Much love to you, old buddy, old pal. For sure. Y'all, if you're not aware, Deb's got some cool T-shirts going around that she has up available. Yes, you can hear me again. All right, thank you for the audio check there, Haley Beth. I appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Wendy, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I should be joined here in a little bit by my buddy Chad Rev Art, and then our guest tonight is going to be Devlyn313, the poet. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be cool. And I'm going to talk about like the process. Hey, Bakken. Thank you so much, Bakken. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you, Bakken. You just reminded me of something. I'm going to go through the process. We're going to talk about process a little bit tonight. Give you a couple of different examples of stuff that I've been doing on the flow state and kind of why and how. And you remember when I got the first one back there. Right on. Yeah, it's coming around. Project Zero, Eve's Artistry, Natasha, Santiago, SA Artistries. I'm looking forward to having some others back there. Hope everybody's having a good day today. You found yourself at the Gin Project, and I have a woodworking shop. I also happen to do a bunch of other stuff, instrument repair, musical instruments, guitars, mandolins, that kind of thing. And I also do some antique restoration. And today we're going to talk a little bit about process. Hey, Ash, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Hey, Flash. Got one for you if you want. Got one for me if you want. I might have missed something there. Oh, maybe you're talking about painting, of course, Flash. Good to see you, Flash. Hope you're doing well. Good to see everybody. Thanks for stopping through, y'all. We're going to give Chad a little time to get his thing going and marry up, see what happens. And there he is right there, man. Doesn't he? Let's see what happens here. Oh, Ash, yes. Ash did. Ash got that Iron Man painting. That's amazing. Eric, the airbrush artist. Hey, look, there he is. Are you able to hear us, bro? Uh-oh. We'll give him
Are
just a
we
second. It's
smooth?
a little
Are we
glitchy.
greased?
Not yet. Keep greasing them flaps, Chad. Keep
All
greasing
right,
them.
all
Keep
right.
greasing them. There he is.
Dead, and Ash all coming in. Am I greased?
Yes.
Are my flaps greased?
Yes, you're greased now. You're
Thank
greased
you,
now, brother.
Ash. All right, you boy. Thank you
Oh,
for sharing, you guys. Eric, welcome in.
how
What
are
a
you,
day.
sir? Yeah.
Man, I'm doing awesome.
How are you?
TikTok just told me that I'm in a dim area and I should brighten where I'm filming my live. So here you go,
Okay.
TikTok. I'll bring my lights in closer. There we go.
Hey, luckily
Welcome to the Gin Project Show, everybody on
today
my
we're
side. This is my buddy, the Gin.
this is my buddy Chad Rev Art, and luckily we're talking about process today. And there's a good example. Actually, he's over here, I guess, for his crowd. He's over there for me. We'll just do this. The scarecrow tactic.
This dude right there.
The scarecrow tactic. So yeah, man, I thought we'd
Yeah.
talk a little bit about process today, which applies to both of us. We've got Miss Devlyn313 that's going to be our guest. I'm excited about that. She's going to share
Sure.
some poetry with us. Um,
Yeah.
I think it may be the flowers and whatnot, which are beautiful, but my sinuses are a little crazy and my voice is a little scratchy, so bear with me.
It's got everybody. Eric, thank you for the shares. Hey, everybody on my side and his side, give us a share real quick. Pretty please, thank you. With Tic Tac on top?
With the Tic Tac on top. So,
With the Tic Tac.
something that happened this week for me, real quick. Something real quick that happened was Chad and I both had a little glitchiness kind of thing going on. So, rebooted phones, uninstalled Tic Tac, reinstalled Tic Tac, ran all the Wi-Fi tests, and did all the things. So, we've
Yep.
come to the astute determination that occasionally it's going to be glitchy, and there's nothing we can do about it. We just got to kind of roll with it. So,
Just gotta.
uh, that seems to be how it be. So the other thing that we seem
do
to have
be like
figured
that.
out is whether you are doing
So
co-hosted
bearded.
lives or you're bringing people up or whether you are doing anything like that. The most important thing is that you're comfortable doing it. So do it whichever way. I know this is
Welcome in,
going to be
Bearded Carver.
trouble, but put your content together any way that the way that it makes you feel the most comfortable. That's where you're going to have the most success, most likely. So. Anyway, hope everybody's doing all right. We're going to talk a little bit about process tonight. Some of that has to do with that lady that's sitting behind Chad Rev Art, and I'm going to give you some simpler examples right here. But so, in the process, in my case, of a woodworking shop, the first thing I got to do is sort through: am I working on antiques today? Am I working on guitars today? Am I working on mandolins today? Some of that has to do with what's the weather doing, or who's available, or what time are they available. So uh, there are lots of projects going on in my particular shop at any given time. Just like in many artist shops, there's a lot of different projects going on at any given time.
Uh-huh.
So, what works for me, for example, because I'm trying to kind of build my strength back up from a surgery that I had some months back, I had to work in a process where I'm working on small things where I can sit in one place because the surgery was on my leg and I can only stand for so long. So, at any rate, it may in part have to do with your physical limitations at the moment. That can either be frustrating, which it will be, and just kind of shut you down, or you just adapt. You figure out ways to adapt. You get back up. You keep rolling. So
Yeah.
some resilience. Uh, hey, John, good day. Y'all, if you're not
Resilience.
following John Doty, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, please
Oh,
follow my guy
yeah.
down there. He is an artist on Theria. He works
Yes.
really hard. He's very supportive of everybody else. I see him supporting other people. I see him doing duets and all kinds of things. So please
Go
give that man
follow
some
him.
love. He's very supportive of us. Go give him a follow um,
Super talented.
and show some love. Yes,
Chad Gray,
absolutely.
what's up, dude?
So that, so the other part of that leads us to the other part of the process, right? This whole TikTok world, we weren't expecting to be doing this very show, and then Chad originally asked me to be the guest host on his show, and then we're like, hey, maybe there's this other thing we can do over here. So that's how this show started as part of the process for another project that Chad was working on, really, and we just now here we are looking at y'all.
I was
So
like,
you never
dude,
know.
you need a
And
show. You need a show
the
bad.
other part of the process here's a here's a good example though. This show that we came up with has been picked up by Theory Radio, and you can now catch it on Wednesday nights. Seb uh, cuts out a lot of our goofiness and silliness and gets it down to an actual, digestible show. And that's available on Wednesday nights. You can check that out. And that opportunity came because we took doing this show seriously. We tried to figure out ways to do things the best that we could, and we appreciate Theria. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
picking that
Go
up.
follow Theria.
They're going to have Hanson this week. They did their test run this past week here, and it
Ambassador
seemed to go
Hanson.
well. And Hanson was the guest host, so we're going to do a re-rack. Hanson's going to be the guest host, or the guest on the Gin Project show that I host on Theory Radio. So if you see Italo or Seb roaming around, or John Dottie, or
Or
any of
Hanson.
the other people with the Theory logo, show them some love. Yeah, they're super
Or Hanson.
supportive of everybody else. So part part of the deal too is take your process seriously, right? Even if it like for I'm a woodworker. I'm not a radio personality. I'm a dude that does woodworking. It just so happened that the thing Chad and I were doing, people seem to like. So that's
I hate to
that's
break the
that's
news to
what
you
we do.
again.
Hey Goop, what's up, buddy?
First
Yeah,
off, hey
man.
Goofy, what's up, brother? I hate to break the news to you, dude, but like you're in syndication now, or what I would like to call gindication. I think that
It's
certifies you
wild, man. I mean,
as kind of a radio personality. It's not radio, but you know, for our old 100-year-old asses, it would have been called a radio personality.
hey, hey, Sonny. Hey.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like
so
20 years
so the
older than
point
Gin, you
is,
guys.
I've
So
met
you
these.
know,
Maybe in dog years. but we've met these amazing people through what was a side project, which was doing the daytime show. Because the woodworking is what I do, the carving is what Chad does, and those opportunities came along because we took that other thing we were doing seriously too, I believe. So, um, sometimes you have to adapt the process. Sometimes those little wrinkles that come up turn into beautiful things, or as Seb would say, lovely things. So, here in the woodworking shop, real quick, if you're doing, for example, some wood bending, right? Um, that takes about 30 minutes for this heating iron. Um, don't worry, it's been off for a couple of days to heat up, right? So you got to factor that in, especially if you're going to do a live. You might want your heating iron hot when you start to do a wood bending live, right? You're going to want to make sure you got some water in your water bottle. So pay attention to the small things. Have those things taken care of before you get rolling. Or if I've only got 30 minutes to work on something, then obviously I can't do wood bending. Maybe I pull out a spoon and I just do some carving on it. Because, it starts out as a simple blank. And then last night while I was talking to Chad, I did that part of it. And then another night when I was talking to Chad, I did all that part and the handle part on a different one. And then eventually it ends up looking like this. So one spoon might have been done in 10 different nights or something. Just pick it up and work on it when I can. The wood bending. So if I've got a little more time, let's say I got a couple hours, then I want to do some wood bending. Well, first I got to have that prepped. So here's a piece of like a guitar side as it comes from the people that are the suppliers, and you can see how thick that is. It's not very pliable. It's not very bendable. So I take a big belt sander outside. There's where the weather's involved. If it's raining, I don't want to be planning on doing this. And I sand it down until I get it to where it's the thickness that I want. Well, that takes about 45 minutes or so. Sometimes if you do a few at a time. So you got to factor in that. And then once you get it to that point, you got your heating iron ready to go, and you start bending wood. Well, that process takes a certain amount of time, and you can stop at any point in that process. Here's a project that we had going on, and it broke, it cracked. You can't really see it, but I promise you it's there.
great job, Gin.
So you start bending, right? And once you start bending, you keep going in the direction that you're trying to get. This one, we want it to be a circle. We're almost there, right? That takes a certain amount of time. Then you get it to the point where it's close to where you want it, and you clamp it and you leave it overnight and you let it do what it's going to do. Now I can see the correction I need to make because I need those to be lined up. So I redo it again, and I take out the little imperfections, and I make sure everything gets lined up to where it's like this one. And it's all together without hardly any pressure. That way, when I glue it up, there's not a lot of pressure. And when you get done, it doesn't warp, it sits flat, right? So this is all part of the process, all things you got to consider. So when I get ready to glue this up, I need to be able to let it sit for 24 hours. So I can't plan on working on it in that amount of time, right? And then there's some prep things I'll need to do before I do the next step. I'll need to clean it up. I'll need to clean the glue up. I'll need to do some sanding to make sure it's perfect for when I'm starting to fit the lid in the bottom. Then you fit a bottom. That's one process. Then you fit the top. So the point of that is a lot of times if you're painting, or a lot of times if you're working on some other project, even if you're saving it on like an app or something, um, it's all right to have multiple projects going on at a time, and it's all right for them to be in various stages of completion. Oftentimes, that's absolutely necessary. But I have heard people express frustration that they have so much unfinished stuff going on, and that can be a problem if you never finish it. But sometimes it's part of the process. Allow yourself time, as essay artistry would say, allow the process to work. So that was that took about 6 minutes to get all of that out. Any thoughts, Chad? You still awake over there, buddy?
Oh yeah, man, I'm here with you. Um, any thoughts? Yes, I try to keep multiple projects going so that my brain, I guess what I'm trying to get at is my brain wants to function on different levels on different things at different times. And kind of the whole bit of be the water, flow with what's going on instead of trying to stop it. Um, then if you have multiple things going, like I'm a multiple media artist in more terms than like, oh, I use multiple mediums on this one project. Like one day I'm making sawdust, another I'm doing acrylic paint type thing. So I literally have, and maybe this is because of my brain's all over the place in case you guys didn't know. Um, I'll have multiple projects going in multiple mediums, so that my brain can, if it wants to paint, great. Okay, well, I have blank canvases if it wants to start from the beginning. If it suddenly is like, hey, I need to do the detail on this one piece, I have one sitting over there for that, and it will get done. Same thing with the wood carving. I'll have everything from almost finished to I have several pieces of really nice materials here that even Gen sent me. So, but I'm also bad about not finishing stuff too. So I do have to set sometimes a time for myself when I start to get frustrated with not finishing stuff. Put those things at the forefront of what you're looking at or what's in your workspace. Don't force yourself to do it, even if you're frustrated. If your brain wants to work on something that's half done, go ahead and do that. But put those other pieces out front to where you can see them, walk past them, and set yourself a day if you need to. Be like, I'm going to finish stuff tomorrow. It's when I'm going to finish these projects. And if you don't, be chill. Work on the one that's halfway done, three-quarters really done.
Right. Yes, exactly. Give you not only your physical space, but your brain space, room to do that. And sometimes you got to clear that clutter. Like the example would be clearing our phones, redoing the TikTok app, making sure the updates are ready on that end of it, so that you don't end up with frustrations on that part of it when you're ready to
Yeah.
actually go on and do your thing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for live content. It could be just for content for any platform you're on.
What's
Um,
up, Lefty?
if you get set up and you get ready to take pictures and you don't have the stuff you need, it could end up taking twice as long. So, and you never know. Some of those things turn into other opportunities. Some of the pictures off of the pages that we do end up being in other stuff. So,
Another note, clean your area. I'm the one that's really bad about that. Like Gen, he's organized, okay? Super organized. Me, not so much. Hey, everybody in my chat here. Um, the other day, you can ask Gen, depending on which side you're on. Gen, ask Gen. Uh, I had a day where like I didn't have time or mentality to work on my girl here, but I needed to do some things. I came in here and I cleaned my workspace, and let me tell you, it was bad. Like I probably sucked up like a metric ton of sawdust out of this place. But it helped me greatly later when my mind and my time were both congruent with each other, and I was able to get to my space, and my space was like so much more inspiring and breathable. So if you're like me and you're very cluttered a lot, take a day to clean your space. Hi, Ash. I need to talk to you, by the way,
hey, Art.
Ash.
Hey, Art, my Kobe. Hey, Wafty.
Back over to you,
Everybody,
sir.
if I missed you in the chat, sorry about that. We were trying to cover a lot of ground today, so we're trying to
Yeah.
make sure. And I'd like to remind everybody that Miss Devlyn313 is going to be our guest
I'm with you on that.
And we're hoping things are going well there. And look for her to look for her in the chat. And yeah, so uh, as far as the process goes, then you get all the way to the point where your product is finished. And now, if it's not a commission or something like that, now you got to make sure to pay that attention to detail on the actual display that you're making, or your web page, or your whatever. So sometimes it isn't just as simple as making the stool. Um, Once you make the stool or the painting or the sculpture or the whatever it is, the table, then you got to find a venue for it. And that's where it seems like we would be able to help each other on this platform, because we live all over the place. And for example, Chad lives in Missouri. I live in North Carolina. Our good friend Eric, the airbrush artist, is out in Cali. Our buddy Goopy's up in New York. So, hey, Haley, hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. So,
Hi, Haley.
The next obvious evolution of that is to try to be in public places, right? Art galleries, or festivals, or whatever kind of thing is going on. So that's also obviously a big part of the process, and it all seems very daunting sometimes. And it seems like people sometimes kind of shut down, and that's okay. But if that's the case, then keep getting up. Just work on one portion of it, but don't necessarily stay stuck on almost finishing things.
Yeah.
Like Chad
Yeah.
said, sometimes the way to bring that
Guilty.
cycle is to bring it back to the forefront and work on it. And I've seen some very good artists on this platform do exactly that. Pull something out and go ahead and finish it. And then they were delightfully surprised.
Thank you, dang it.
And I would also we got it worked out here to where we got our guests lined up here for the next few weeks. And when we get to the month of April, our guy Mike, from Fire Pit over on Theria, is going to be the guest.
Yeah.
Spoke with him a little bit today. We still got some details to work out, but that's the plan. And so I'm looking forward to that. And that would be another example of somebody that I met that I wasn't even expecting to be on a track to meet. So
I feel you, dude.
yeah, Goopy. Yeah, Goopy, you got a few you need to finish, huh? Right on. Right on. So I think that I think that the important part though is that everybody find their own thing, but keep honing it, keep working on it, keep trying to refresh it, so to speak. So you don't. And also, then you got to sharpen your tools. You got to clean your tools. You got to take care of your tools. Your tools might be your paint brushes. It might be your cut saw bits. It might be your coveralls. It might be your face shield. Whatever that is, attention to detail matters, right?
Yeah. I just changed the shield on my helmet. I'm excited.
Did you get any air bubbles in it?
No, it's not. It doesn't stick like that. It has adhesive on the sides, so it holds down, so it doesn't actually like stick like window tint or anything. It's here. I'll show you. You see those little bitty strips right here that are like see-through? Don't know if you can see that edge or not.
Yes.
But
Stick them.
that's where they adhese right there on the sides. Now the Velcro is for the inside, but yeah. But now it's all clear. Look at that. I'm excited about it.
Nice. It's probably easier to see what you're carving, huh?
Just a little.
Thank you, Lady Shines. Lady Shines says that Devlin is live and ready.
Thanks,
She
Ashley.
hasn't done the joint lives yet, so told her to wait for your invite. Okay. We're getting close
Cool.
to that window, Lady Shines. We will let you know. Welcome in, Spurs. Good to see you. Always good to see you.
So
Thank
many
everybody for stopping in. We're doing a little thing. We were talking a little bit about process today, and our special featured guest is going to be Devlyn313. We're going to do a little bit about her. She's been through quite a bit in her life, and she has, like my dear friend Chad, and like Tiffany, like SA Artistries, like Spurs here, as a matter of fact. These are folks that have been through some things in their life. And the reason that I respect them so much is because they have taken that journey on the chin. And then they've decided that their approach that they're going to take is to be kind to other people. And instead of being bitter and pissed off, they're kind to people and they try to treat people with compassion. And they don't have the attitude that because they've been through something rough, everybody else should have to go through something rough. In fact, they all work very hard so that other people don't have to go through what they've been through. So
100%.
I really enjoy getting to bring someone like Miss Devlin on. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate her coming on the show. She came on the show right when the Gin Project first started, as you know, Chad, and uh, she knew essay artistries to some extent. Didn't know me at all, and we wanted to get a poet on early in the game. We wanted to get somebody from that that world on. So she didn't know me. She came on the show, did an amazing job, and we've been friends ever since. So I'm really excited to have her on because I got a chance
Yeah,
to talk to her in detail and do a proper bio on her. And
sure.
I'm gonna tell you, she's even like Essay and Tiffany. They're even more amazing the more you get to know them.
Right.
So, and even this fellow over here that I hang out with a lot, uh, if I have my way, we're gonna learn a good bit about him in the coming months and or weeks and months too. So,
Sooner than later.
there's a little more to this guy than some of the folks out there realize too, man. There's some depth there, folks. So I'm literally looking forward to Miss Devlin coming on. She's going to do a couple poems for us.
Yes,
She's
singing.
one of those background type of people, and it may not seem like it, but Chad could tell you this. I am one of those. I would rather be in the background. I would rather kind of be working behind the scenes,
Whispers.
trying to figure things
Raw
out.
honey.
And Miss Devlin is very much the same way. She is the type of person that very much isn't looking to be seen, but she is so good at what she does. Her poetry and the way she moves in the world that she is seen, and she can't help but be seen because we see her. So,
Speaking of poets, Raw
yes,
Honey. Raw Honey, hit me up if you would like. Because if you want to talk to me on the phone or whatever to get something going, please don't be shy. Hit me up. Be like, yo.
hey, Raw
Okay,
Honey.
not to interrupt you. Not to interrupt you, but just wanted to share that with her. She came through and I was like, oh, hey. No, damn it, Sammy
Right
B.
on it. Hi, Ash. Absolutely. Hey, Can Do. So, thanks everybody for stopping in. Uh, uh, do you have anything you would like to share or anything like that before we? What I'd like to do is give her as much time as possible, just simply because
Sure.
she's gonna drop some heavy stuff on everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um,
Um,
anything you got anything, man?
Y'all send me your good vibes. Thursday, we'll get a special guest on my show. It may or may not happen, but we're going to try really hard. But there's a huge time difference and a lot of stuff involved. But we're going to try. So, out to the
Bist du von
universe.
Deutschland?
No,
Was
no,
ist
no, no. They're going to go have to watch my content from today to get a little
Italia?
bit more of a hint. No, nope, nope,
Italia?
nope. Nope, nope,
Huh?
nope, nope, nope.
Norway? Our buddy Lars.
No, but that would
No?
be cool too. Because I do love
Hey,
Lars.
we might be onto something here. Hey,
Yeah,
right
they'll
on.
see.
So, I'm gonna ask Lady Shines if she would to go over and go ahead and uh let Miss
Hi,
Devlin
Heather.
know that we're gonna send her out an invite here in just a second and make
Yeah,
sure everything works right. That's the
yeah.
other reason I'd like to go ahead and do this because Miss Devlin hasn't, because she's always in the background, she hasn't gone live that many times, and she's going to be joining us. And we want to make sure any glitches that we need to work out, we just give it
Sure.
time. So,
And speaking of glitches, guys, when we do bring in Devlin, There may be a few seconds to where it kind of goes, just stay with us. Grease your flaps, save up your spit. It'll take like 3 seconds. It'll clear up. Like that rash that didn't clear up for you, this will clear up. You have the same shirt. Cool. So yeah, give it a few seconds. It's going to act all
J-Huts probably.
shady for just a second. It will clear up though. So when that happens, please stick with us.
Shady.
I love this shirt.
That's my dude. It's gonna act shady, he said.
It will. Y'all know how shady TikTok can be. It do be like that sometimes though.
So we're gonna do a little we'll do a little more information, a little more shout out type of thing after we get done with Miss Devlin stuff. She's hitting on some pretty serious topics as well, so I didn't want to make the show too much of everybody. We're all kidding around and joking around and stuff, and then we bring on heavy topics. So kind of trying to keep things on an even plane. So hopefully all the glitchiness won't work. Hopefully we've set a sufficiently mellow tone.
Right?
And
we'll see.
it gives us the side eye for a bit.
Oh, yeah, we definitely get the side eye from TikTok all the time.
No way. No, not me. I don't even know how to give a side eye.
Well, see, the thing is I am the side eye.
There she is. All right.
Help.
Just Miss Devlin is on point. She's always on point. So let's
Adjust
see what
your
happens.
camera.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how to adjust my camera anymore. I've adjusted it. There she is. I see her.
Hello,
Can we hear
I
her?
see you too.
How are you
Kind
Welcome
of.
in.
I can kind of do all this hair. Gentlemen, Gin,
Yes,
Chad,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
everybody meet
Yes, ma'am.
the gentleman.
Hello, everybody.
If y'all are not
Miss
following
Devlin.
these gentlemen, these are amazing people. Both do amazing artistry, woodwork. And so if you are not familiar with either of them in their platforms, especially if you're a night owl, because they flow state in the middle of the night is amazing. And they are just a wealth of knowledge and generosity and love. They're just salt of the earth, good people who accepted in their realm a little humble soul like me. So they gotta be all right, because y'all accepted me too. So go get to know them.
Ah,
You're,
Okay, lay it on me. I'm
Devlin, you're
ready.
amazing.
Lay it on me.
You know we love you. We appreciate you being here. I was talking earlier about how through SA Artistries, you were on the show when it first started, and we just kind of took a chance on each other. In a way, you took a much bigger chance on me, understandably so. And I really appreciate it. I've always been grateful for that, and I described it as we've been friends since. And
Mm-hmm.
there's these amazing connections that we get to make if sometimes we're just open a little bit where we normally might have been a little bit nervous about doing things. So I'm very grateful to you for taking that chance on us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for opening up your platform to all artists of any type, and really pushing and driving home and building one connection at a time, the one artist community. So if anybody has seen that hashtag, has not seen that hashtag of one artist community with a zero, not an O, that is right now the hashtag that we're all using to meld together the spoken word artists, the poets, the singers, the drawer, the woodworkers, the metal workers, everybody. So
Yes,
welcome to the
it is in this very live. We use that hashtag in our in our stuff as well, and that's our Ambassador Hanson.
Mm-hmm.
Um, doing his
Who
thing, and there's
is
another
doing his
example of how
thing right now, but he's
people's
floating
reach.
around here.
Yes. But there's an example of how that reach. What's up,
Mm-hmm.
Davino? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Appreciate y'all showing up. Thank you, Theria, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and supporting. Miss Devlin, we
Everybody feel free
really
to hop in
appreciate
the
it.
rooms and
And
tap each other's screens and join and follow each other. You know, you can go, Lady Shine, if you make me mess up this makeup, sister,
so to
baby.
the folks that are kind enough to be with me, please feel free to jump over. That's why we do these shows. Feel free to jump over. Shoot, that would put her in the big screen for you. If you're in Chad's, the same applies. If you want to jump around to everybody,
Mm,
appreciate that. That's part of why we do it this way, is because we want to build that one artist community.
mhm.
Um, kind of like that positivity, postcards for positivity hashtag that started by Crimson Rose.
I
That's a
need to
really
pick that one
really
up.
cool one too. That's a really cool project she's got going there too. So we're going to talk to her about that down the road as well. Thank you, Davina. So, there's some amazing people in the chat. I know in all three chats. So
Hmm.
make sure everybody's following each other, everybody's supporting each other. And Miss Devlin, we're gonna give this entire thing time to breathe. We're in no hurry. We don't have to be anywhere fast. We want to mind our P's and Q's. But what I'm getting at is, I didn't give a lot of your personal bio without your presence. Um, and I would like to walk through a little bit of it with you, but gingerly, only the portions of it that we really, because sometimes what we felt like hitting on yesterday, we might not feel on hitting on today. So I want to respect that space, that mental space, that emotional space, and I want us to be able to, because I know the poetry that you're going to drop us on the end is going to be heavy too, and we're going to need
It
space for
is.
that if I'm not mistaken.
It
So
is.
I
I'm
hope
still
that
gonna do that
I
piece.
hope that I hope that you can help guide me in making sure and Chad and I are setting the proper tone for what we're trying to get. But we're going to talk about, there's going to be some serious stuff going on. So I want everybody to go ahead and maybe get yourself something to drink, do what Chad suggests, and give you some
Definitely in, get
flaps.
some tissue just in case.
Yeah, because it's coming, y'all. This is
It's
real.
coming.
So, and
Okay.
this is why Chad and I continue to do these shows, is because artists like you, Miss Devlin, human beings, humanitarians, community leaders like yourself.
Ooh.
So I know that you like to be in the background, but you're with us now, and today is your day to shine. Today
Yeah,
is your day
we
to
gonna
we're
fight.
gonna tell your story. So, starting out, I've already covered a little bit of it. Look, we already did some. We already covered some of that ground, and some of that ground is this. And
Baby
thank y'all
step.
in the chat. Please forgive me. I'm not probably gonna give you too many shout outs or respond too much, because I want to make sure we keep the focus on our guest here. So, but thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you bounce around between the chats. But uh, Lady Shine, I've already discussed the fact that you like being in the background.
Hmm.
You you're one of those folks that pays attention to detail, like we were talking earlier. You're a process person. From my gathering, if I'm describing you improperly, please let me know. But
So far, so
and
good.
I connect in that way, because it's sometimes it feels overwhelming, because uh, um, folks, I'm going to say folks like us on this level anyway, are trying to pay attention to all the details, right? We
Hmm.
got lists, and and sometimes that in
And
itself
my
is
list got a
frustrating and
list.
overwhelming. Right, and sometimes, and there's a constant reorganization and reprioritizing, and
Hmm.
when people show up in your life that are important to you, you might have to adapt on that day and do something different. So
Hmm.
you might be in the middle of a live one day, like Chad was, and a cancer patient come through, and he just takes off his gear and stops and has a 20-minute conversation, because
Yeah.
that's what that person needed that day. So to be one of those kind of people that is self-aware and that is situationally aware,
Hmm.
um, it takes a lot of extra mental and emotional energy and physical energy. So, um, I can you just talk a little bit about that transition for yourself of trying to step from being used to being that background person And we'll just get started there because that seems like a good jumping off point. It's kind of a gentle topic, and then we can kind
I don't know that
of
it's
roll through
gentle.
things that way. Does that?
I think that there are people in this chat at least that would say, I haven't really stepped out of the background. They are really pulling me out of the background. It's like, come on. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Um, but I'm getting a
I
little
have
bit
this one ready.
oh I at the tender age of 46, actually 45, I decided to start coming out of my shell. Um eh, but I guess the easiest way to say it is like muscle atrophy, maybe. You know, if you're shrunk down for so long, it takes a long time to stretch your legs back out. So you do it a little bit at a time so you don't overwhelm yourself and break something, snap something that is going to take you even longer to heal. Hence the hiding still, hence the hair and the hands and but I'm here, y'all. I'm on camera. I need y'all to bear with me a little bit.
You're doing amazing. You're doing
um,
amazing. Absolutely.
but even going outside, and I said it earlier before we joined the lives, I'm on the porch and I'm trying to get onto the walkway, and then I can officially be outside. I've been in the house, now I'm on my porch, stepping down to the walkway, and then I'm outside, and then I can take a bus or a car or a bike or whatever. But one step at a time, and understand when you have been self sheltered for so long, to hear people give you praise for not only the things that you do because you're supposed to do it, but actually seeing and recognizing what you do and who you are, and accepting me. I can't say who you are. I need to talk about myself because it's my interview. But accepting me for who I am and saying, you know what? I see you, and you can't keep hiding because there are more people that need to hear you, see you. Um, and you have the words and the voice to speak for those who aren't able. Understand you don't want to, but God gave you a gift, and so use it. And that goes for whatever God you believe in, Buddha, Allah. I say they all it's one, and it has nicknames. The God, Goddess, has a bunch of nicknames just like I do. Because if I'm made in their image, then they, like me, have a bunch of nicknames. So you can believe in whatever God you want to. When you are for the good and the love, those are the leaders. Those are the gods. Being great, being your best self, being honest, truthful, transparent, loving, kind. Those are gods to me. So you can call it whatever you want. When you
Never
lead
heard it
with
put that
that
way.
and the
That's
positive,
amazing.
you can't go wrong.
I've never heard it put that way. That's incredible. Thank
Can
you
I
for
get an
saying
amen? Holy shit.
that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's we both Chad and I had it's part of the reason that we don't really we've had interesting journeys. Let's just say that we're connected in
I
that
don't
way too.
I don't do the organized religion so much anymore. And this is from a person who was raised in a church, um, have preachers in my family. I married into being a deaconess. I was a Sunday school teacher. But I let all of that go so I could connect with God for me. And that is the most important bond to know for myself. I mean, if you want to quote the Bible, it says to show yourself approved, study and show yourself approved. But are you studying or are you connecting? And when you connect and you hear that still small voice and you know that it's not leading you wrong, I don't care what anybody in
So that,
anybody's pulpit says, because you have your interpretation. I can read that same verse and have my own interpretation. And who's to say that either of us are wrong or right? It's what I need in that moment and what that verse means to me. And I think while I was in church and being a deaconess, what I did realize is that you have a pastor who has their anniversary, right? And so for the whole month of their anniversary, midweek and Sunday services, but they pick one scripture. There is one theme scripture for that pastor, and all of the visiting pastors have to preach to that verse. And they all give you a different take on that one verse. And so if they can't even give you the same meaning behind it, then who's to say that your interpretation is wrong, or that your interpretation is wrong, and that anybody in here's interpretation is wrong, anybody in theirs interpretation is wrong? It is what
Message.
you need in that moment.
Right. Well, that actually leads me to this quote that you said when we talked yesterday, and it is
Okay.
this, that my helpfulness was from my irritation at others hurting.
Other
So let's think
humans.
about it. Let say again.
Other humans.
Yes. That her helpfulness was from her irritation at the pain or hurting of other human beings. Um, there's an example of the human being that I was talking about. However, you also see that reflected in her poetry, the topics that she chooses, the way that she approaches addressing those topics, the wordplay that she uses, the timing, the pacing. She she is a true artist who, in my view, paints with the words that she has, and she doesn't just do it with the words. She does it with voice inflection, and she does it with pauses. She does it with a sense of urgency, and it's really amazing. And I would just like to acknowledge that the depth, your depth, comes through in your art. And for the greats, from my observation anyway, just my observation, the greats do that. So thank you for being great. Thank you.
Thank
We
you for
appreciate
saying.
it.
Ooh,
So
I'm not
I
used to
know
all
that.
of this praise, man. Let's break out and have
So I,
onions and ginger ale.
no, get something to drink. No worries, I'm gonna get me something. My voice is holding up so far. We'll see.
Oh,
So,
Stay hydrated, kids.
stay hydrated.
yes, you're gonna need your hydration. So you are you also gave me another quote, and I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say that you are a survivor. And today we will talk about as much of that survivor's journey as you would or would not like to. And I really like to be delicate with these things because, like I said, sometimes these things, I might be able to go over there and pick up the pieces of wood that I need to build my father's urn with on any given day and be okay with it. But on any other given day, an hour later, I might go pick up those pieces and I'm in tears and I got to just walk away. So, we're all human beings and we're not static, as you were pointing out. We're not just one
Not at all.
thing. We're multidimensional. We have a lot of different things, and sometimes what's important to us changes day by the necessity around us. And I think that's your survivor story is you've had to adapt. You've had to keep getting up. You've had that, and a lot of times when I don't know what else to tell someone, all I'll say is, hey, when I've been there, I just try to think, keep getting up. Just keep getting up. Because you can't win if you're not in the game, right? You got to keep getting up. So the survivor that
No
you are,
trophies
that
for
woman
losers.
that you are, that is the survivor. So you've done all this from behind the veil. And for those of you that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, please go look up W.E.B. Du Bois and just do a tiny bit of homework. Please, please learn something about the world that you live in. If you don't know the term, go try to figure out what I'm talking about. So, what I'm saying by that term, and I cannot be nearly as eloquent as W.E.B. Du Bois, but women in general and especially women that come from the background that our good friend Miss Devlin come from,
Mm.
have to deal with a whole additional set of problems that many of us don't have to deal with, oftentimes coming from people that look like me and Chad. So not only is she thriving and succeeding and overcoming, but she is doing that in a world that makes her a second and third and fourth class citizen in a lot of ways, in a
Mm-hmm.
system that has been set up to keep her there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't speak as an expert from her side of the journey, but what I can do is start trying to crack through on some other people's journey and hopefully get some understanding between some communities. And because people like you, Miss Devlin, have been carrying the weight, have been paying attention to the details, have been tending to the wounds
Mm-hmm.
all of
Changing the
this
diapers
time,
even.
all of this time, and caring for the little ones that will grow up to treat them like garbage. So, um, this is not a journey that all of us can completely understand, but this is a journey I think that you are informed by and that comes across in your work, and that your community, um, I believe, and it's not my place to say this, this is an observation, but I believe that your community supports you because you walk the walk, you talk the talk, you've lived it.
Yeah.
You've been through as much as you've been through, and you still come out as a gentle soul that's trying to help others all along, even when they don't necessarily treat you well. So,
Yeah.
um,
Look,
is
I
there
compare myself to a singular white man, if I may. I am Lieutenant Dan. After all that I've been through, I'm still here. You hear that? I'm
Lieutenant
still here.
Dan?
If
I'm gonna
y'all
write
don't
that
know what
down.
that quote is from, go get you
Word.
some Forrest Gump.
Word.
I'm
Still
right.
here.
Lieutenant
I'm
Dan.
right here.
That's right. Yeah. Wow.
That is beautiful. I
Him and
absolutely
his little
love
broken
that.
leg
I'm
in his
right
wheelchair.
here.
And hey, we just steady climbing. Been through some things, a lot of things, and it took a while, but feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask me. Um, I know that some things may be more delicate to other people, but we've been talking about it, and again, you and I talked about it yesterday. I am willing to stand in the gap for those that don't have a voice yet, who still doubt that they should and could continue on. How do I yet breathe after having this thing happen to me? You know, who would want me after having this thing happen to me or these things happen to me? Baby, somebody wants you. And whether you see it or not, you are loved. And hiding yourself from the light does not dim the person that you are, but it stagnates your own growth from helping the people that need your help. Your experiences you've survived for a good reason. If you weren't supposed to, you wouldn't have. If you weren't supposed to still be here, you would not be here. So there is purpose on your life, whoever you are. And so step into that purpose. Um, I survived so many different things that a lot of people don't know. People that are blood related to me don't know that I've survived. And I could either harp on that and ask for pity and beg for pity, or I can grow and use my story to show somebody else how to continue to live. My my experience was my experience, but that story is there now to help other people, not just to tell folks that, oh, this thing happened to me. Oh, have pity on me, give me things because this happened to me. I've suffered, so why are you being mean to me? I've suffered, don't you see that I've suffered? Have pity on me. No, I got to get up, just like you have to get up. We've all been through something, but we get up and we tell our stories in order to help people, not just to harp and relive the negative, not to trauma bond, but to help somebody else grow and understand that they can go through with life and continue to grow. I, at 46, say the things that I say in hopes that the person that is 20 right now doesn't have to wait until they're 46 to learn the lessons that I've learned. I want you to know it now so you can be prepared at 20, at 25, at 30. You are okay. You are still here. And it's okay to not be okay. Take the moment that you need to take, but get up. There are no trophies for losers. There are none. So you can either keep living. Somebody, a gentleman by the name of Sandman gave me a quote one day. When you're not growing, you're dying. It's like an apple that falls from the tree. If it's not growing anymore because it's now cut off from the source of life, it is now rotting. If you're not growing, you're dying. I continue to learn every day. I continue to experience new people and wish the best and show them my best so they can understand that not all people are bad. Not all black people are bad. Not all black women snap their neck. That's not all of us. And understand that a lot of that is a defense mechanism. I'm sorry, I can't do all of that. That hurts my neck. It's not, it's a defense mechanism. And if you take the time to find commonalities, you will find that people are not as different as others want us to believe that we are. They want us divided. Same thing here on TikTok. The platforms with the drama grow. My room right now has 20 some odd people. And then you will go into one of those drama-filled rooms and they will be full. Why? We got to grow better and we got to do better and we got to lift each other up. And even if you don't have a good experience with a person, give them the critique so that they can be better. You know what? I saw that piece of art of yours. It doesn't resonate with me. I tried your food. It doesn't resonate with me because it was a little too salty. But it was still tasty. If you scale back on the salt. And that would help that business thrive. And it doesn't cost you anything. It might get you some free meals. I'm just saying.
Yes. Sometimes.
One second. Davino Caprice,
person
you are trying to make me cry. Stop it. I can't cry yet. I got pieces to get through in a little bit. Okay.
Well, we're gonna keep you ready. You good? It's good. You good. You don't, Mr. Caprice, don't be making her cry over there just yet. Now, hold on. So, you
yelling at me in all caps. You're gonna take and accept all this love. I love you.
That's right. So there's two of them here. I'm going to read both of them because I think they kind of go together. But and it fits with what you were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You said that first of all, don't name yourself as having trouble that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual. Don't put yourself out there to have problems that you don't actually have just to make people feel sorry for you, or don't make up stories about people to make yourself look better because you did something foolish and now you can't live up to that, so you just got to badmouth everybody or whatever the case may be. So, and you also said you can be your best self or your worst self, but don't be a liar. So I don't don't represent yourself as having trouble that you don't have, and you can be your best or worst self, but don't be a liar. I think those two things speak volumes about what we were talking about earlier about the person that you are. About because just like the things that you've had to overcome that we've alluded to, um, there's also this thing to overcome of people um, not responding well to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that is problematic in the art world, in the real world, and in all applications because being someone that is willing to tell the truth rather than to go along with a lie, or
Mm-hmm.
someone who is willing to tell the truth when it might not make that person comfortable, but you love them and you need them to know, hey, that ain't coming across the way you think it's coming across.
Yeah.
That's how we grow. But there's also a price to be paid for that, is there not?
Mm-hmm.
That you ultimately end up having to pay over and over again.
Over and over again. Over and over again. Yeah. Um,
So
Go ahead.
I was going to say that you're a problem solver, right? I mean, you're at heart, you're a humanitarian problem solver.
I try to be.
And one of the ways that that manifests is in your poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, you channel. I would argue, maybe I'm mischaracterized. I hope not, but
No.
you channel your life's experiences. You channel all of those things that you've been through. It's almost like you're a vessel, and out of that vessel pours these beautiful words and concepts. And it isn't just the words, it isn't just the cynic structure, it isn't just the timing, it's the context within society, it's the context within various communities within society, it's the
Yeah.
context within the difference between being an African American woman in this time and age and being someone who looks like me or someone who looks like Chad. I would argue that sometimes some of us are somewhere in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the way we're treated or the way people
Look.
take us, because some of us get confused sometimes about certain things because people follow stereotypes, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they lead off with is whatever their
You see my
stereotype
punk
was
rock
of any
hair?
given. I mean, you may have been one of those people hanging out at one of Chad's shows.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say I look like I look, but I listen to music that of what he looks like. Kings of
That's
Leon,
awesome.
Nickelback, Nirvana. Ugh, man, yeah, okay.
so so
Portishead, REM.
with your right on, right on. I too like a lot of different types of music. I can remember growing up, um, uh, me and my mother in our little two-bedroom trailer, and she would play everything from she'd play Helen Reddy, and then she'd play Dionne Warwick, and then Donna
Ooh.
Summers, and then the
Mm-hmm.
Temptations and the Supremes, and oh man, like it would just fill the house within. And her and I would dance, we'd dance around,
Dancing
and
in the
I'm
living
this
room.
little, 4-year-old kid, and at that time she was, 21, I guess, if I was four, so or 22, so um, that the reason I try to bring up that example, and there's a million, like, music does that for me in my life. I
Mm-hmm.
think I hear a song, "You and Me Against the World" by Helen Reddy comes on, and I'm at the grocery store and I want to break into tears because I can still
Mm-hmm.
smell like what was cooking in the kitchen when
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I were dancing.
Yeah.
Um, and that to me, music does that. But the other thing that does that to me is poetry. And in this context, I've always been my favorite genres were the ones where they had storytellers.
Mm.
So for me, that's a poet put to music, and those tend to be my favorite types of music. And they often tell a commentary on society or on what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd also like to thank you for doing that because those things are lasting. I like to build things in my shop that last. I try to build things that are going to last for generations.
Yeah.
But I think the things that are you're doing are going to last way longer than anything I'll ever do.
Aw.
And
I don't know. I've seen
therein
that
is
bench.
another.
I've seen that bench.
but but
It's gonna be
but
here for a
the
while.
power of your words, to me, the power of your words describing that bench are more powerful than that bench will ever be. And I know that's just one view or one perspective, and I hear what you're saying, and I hope that people it elicits
So
that
if I
feeling
gotta
from
accept
people
it,
when they
you
see.
gotta accept it. All of the love, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I love that I can elicit that from folks. And I hope that in a few generations, people are looking at a piece that I made and being like, "Wow, that thing still looks like it was made
Hmm.
yesterday." So, but with the way that you craft your stories and your poetries and the subject matter that you choose and the way that you approach it, I feel like that you're going to reach out into generations, and those words are going to reverberate on ears that never heard those words themselves. People are going to hear your words and go take action in a world that is going to make the world a better place for people that we will never meet, never see, and never even live in the same time and space as.
Hmm.
I truly believe, Miss Devlin, that's the impact that you're having on this world.
I thank
So
you.
I'm ever so grateful for you to be on here. I'm ever so grateful for you to be willing to talk about your story with us and to share your poetry. Chad, um, this is directed to the chat too. We are gonna take some time to answer any questions. I did see that there were some questions in the chat earlier. We are gonna take the time to do that. Um, we're gonna we're gonna maybe do a little bit of that after, um, and maybe mix in a little of that in between because there's gonna need to be time between the two poems or the three poems, if I'm not mistaken,
I can do
for
three.
people to digest and reflect and absorb, and we might just sit here in silence for a little while, or we might just sit here going, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it," because I am speaking from experience, Chad, because this is what happened to us last time, right, sir? We know, right? We've been
Yes,
through this
yes,
ride. Get you
I'm trying to
get
prep.
your
I'm trying
cold
to prep
drink.
myself. I'm trying to prep
Go get
myself.
your cold drink. Take whatever meds you need to take to keep you from getting verklempt, because that might happen too. We're not just gonna get into the societal ills. We're gonna get into some of that lovey-dovey time too. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Devlin got some stuff for us. So you might
I
also want to go get a blanket
uh
and
for
turn
the
your
record,
camera off.
Keep your
I'm
flaps
doing
greased.
clean. I'm doing clean stuff today for the record. Those
Oh,
of you that like my
hey,
more
Crimson.
spicy pieces, I want the gentlemen to keep their platforms, and yeah. So if you have a particular poem of mine that you want to hear, please know that it cannot be one of the spicy pieces. But if you say something in the chat, then I'll see if that's one of the ones. Um, but I did write something the other day in Lady Shine's room, um, and it sat hard on me. So I'm not giving any trigger warnings because we don't give trigger warnings. But if you no, I'm not doing the elevator. Damn it.
Oh, I've heard about
The
that one.
elevator, the
That
elevator
one
is one
tells us
of my
that one's
more
legendary.
spicy pieces. So no, and it is a fan favorite. And no, behave. Uh,
Yeah, we're
uh,
gonna have spicy today too, y'all. We're gonna have spicy
this.
right here on the Game Project show.
Oh goodness. Um,
It's
but
good.
no, not the elevator. Because that is a story that's not a poem, and it's long. And out of respect for everybody's time, I'm gonna say no trigger warning. Ooh, dear John. Um, I didn't even think about that one. Okay, I'm gonna do the one
Thank you so
from
much. Appreciate
Sunday,
you. Thank you.
and then I will come out of that one I could do Dear John and I could do Airplane. I'll use Dear John to come out of this one that I'm about to do. And then I'll do Airplane, and that will be my 3. Airplane is a bit sensual. It's not erotic, it is sensual, it's not spicy per se. Yeah, I'll do those. So I'll do the one from Sunday first. Yeah. This one is okay. Sorry about that. This one is off of the prompt, Another Goodbye, Letting Go of Yesterday. And no, none of my pieces are memorized because I'm still writing all the time. So I haven't taken time to memorize anything. So please bear with my stumblings and things. Loneliness was my cloak of choice, choosing intentionally to silence my voice lest it shed light on my pain. Your freedom you were allowed to maintain. Unbroken bones on that chiseled playboy face. Yes, you've been granted decades of grace. A whole life you've created. Cold revenge could feed and leave me sated as I watch them cart you away from this blissful life you have today. At least that's what my dark side tells me. Rob you of the joy I was never allowed to see, carrying instead the shattered esteem you forced. From the light, I am a child of divorce. I say goodbye to greatness, never feeling good enough. But this adulting thing has made me tough. I got my weight up by the constant lunges of motherhood, forever stretching forward to show my son the good. I swear this pain I carry shouldn't be understood. Not merely a symptom of life in the hood. No, the source of this quiet is the silence of youth-filled entitlement and sexual violence. Your testosterone gone unchecked, spread like peanut butter. My legs made jelly while my spine fluttered. Not in acceptance, just in the natural response of the physical. Your hellos and requested hugs at family functions are fucking comical. You have them fooled, thinking you walk on golden bricks with your name brand life and bevy of tricks. Nevertheless, my arms no longer have space to keep carrying this cloak of silent grace. So spring cleaning has begun. I realize now that it was hiding me from the sun. So another goodbye is upon me. Letting go of loneliness that people finally see. Purging my life of doubt. Regurgitating my envy of your clout. Fasting forever from insecurity. Separating from brokenness to marry my divinity. I open my hand so universe will send another tumultuous wind that'll rip what I've clung to from my grasp. And while this breakup from a 40-year identity will make me gasp, those that love and see the true me will embrace, support, and cover me while I reload under a new cloak of lace. They'll hold the mirror up as the handkerchief dries my tears, saying the quiet parts aloud and au revoir to my fears. Letting go of yesterday as I pack today in preparation of tomorrow, for a whole new world outside awaits where joy is freely given and not borrowed. Bear with me a bit as this smile is foreign to untrained muscles that I allow to board in. I continue to suffocate you with my silence, and as you hold your breath, seeing this new strong me living aloud, playfully and joyfully, wondering when this strength will unmute me. May my confidence steal your sips of air and cause your death. Peace. And that's was that one.
That was amazing. That was, what is the title of that one again?
That one is letting go of yesterday.
Letting Go of Yesterday by Devlyn313, ladies and gentlemen. Please fill your chat full of
She
hearts.
says snappy fingers.
please, yeah, snappy fingers or hearts or please,
Oh,
and thank you for filling your chat with love. That was
mm,
incredible, amazing,
I am trying to locate Dear John, because that is not what I had on deck to come out of that one with, but it was requested. Mm,
do you want to speak on that poem at all? Do you want to tell any
I
of your
can.
thought process, or and
Um,
it's not necessary. I only want you to share what you'd like to, but um,
no, it's
kind of
okay.
where'd that come from?
Um,
I mean, it's
I,
obvious, but you know.
the obvious parts are true. Um, and it's not only my story. Within that poem is weaved the story of other women who have suffered abuse, molestation, assaults, domestic violence at the hands of either a stranger or a family. Some of it is my own, but some of it is others. And so I took the liberty to weave other people's stories within my poetry as well. Because there are some people who just don't have that voice yet. They don't have their strength yet. Um, but they need to know and see other survivors living, and I say survivors living, not other women, because women are not the only ones that suffer abuse. Thank you all with the loud noises. I'm gonna sit go all over again. Um, but yeah, that
So
is you say goodbye to that. Don't continue to be silent. Don't continue to not live, um, because they don't care. They took what they wanted and don't care and are still living and thriving and they have lives, and that's why I talk about the name brand life and their bevy of babes, because they're out
mm,
there and they're making money and they're just doing them, and they aren't carrying the weight of what they did, but you are. I was.
mm,
um
mm.
so we get to live too. The hell, what's
I
the
have a
use of surviving through trauma if you're not going to live?
mm,
It's a difference in between
wow.
surviving and thriving.
It is a huge difference. But you survive
You
and then you live and then you thrive. And that's the baby steps.
mm.
But you only get those. Mm, what is happening?
So so you have a another beautiful quote that like it poured out of you when we talked, or maybe it was just the way I was hearing them. But you said that your writing is your truth combined with the truth of others. And I
Mm-hmm.
think you just demonstrated that. I think that poem and what you just spoke on was a demonstration of that in your life of how
Thank
you move. So anyway, I'd just like to point out when I was saying earlier about you walking the walk, there is a real life example that I didn't have to look far for. It was right here
you.
in my notes from the last time I talked to
Right
you.
here. Oh. Um,
So I'm
so
assuming that there's no one in your chat over there supporting you at all. Is that
oh,
what's
they
happening
are
right
over
now?
here going
Right,
crazy.
right. Is that what's going on? There's just no one at all over there supporting you.
No, not a one.
What's up, Heartless? How's it going?
Not a one.
so, so those of you that have joined
Oh
us,
god.
this is Devlyn313. She's just shared her first poem with us. We've been having a lovely conversation, and
Shine.
You can go in between. You can go in between the different lives because we're all co-hosted. So you can feel free to leave mine and go over to hers, show her some love, drop some hearts in her chat, give her some
Please do.
likes, some shares, some follows. It is totally okay if everybody in our chats is over in her chat showing her some love. So for those of you that just came in, please feel free to bounce
Oh,
between
Lady Shine,
the
you are going
chats.
to get this payback. You are going to get this work, woman. You are going to get
Is
this
is
work. She is over here
is Lady
dropping gifts.
Shine?
Lady Shine is
Is
over
she
here. She just sent
misbehaving?
me a
I mean, is she doing
train and
something
she's trying to
wrong? I'd
make
be
me
happy to talk to her.
cry.
Is she,
She's trying to make me
did she do
cry.
something wrong?
Yes,
I
absolutely. She is
repeat.
trying to
I
make
repeat.
No,
intentionally
Lady Shine don't do
trying to
nothing
make me
wrong. Come on
cry.
now.
I, that is a. I think that is some kind of mathematical impossibility. I don't think Lady
Oh,
Shine is capable of.
her kindness in
That sounds
abundance
messed
is
up.
just as bad as a stubbed toe. It happens. And it's like, stop it.
Thank everyone in the chat. Thank
I
y'all very
love
much. It's
all
good to
of
see
you.
you
Thank
all.
you all for being here. I'm gonna do another piece. Dear John was requested. I think it's because it was a little muffled. But this one is on my page. The one that you just missed for those who are showing up right now. You missed me being in my feels. So you're welcome. Um, again, I do not claim to be a vocalist. So, but there's a little bit of singing that I did not prepare to do today. And this one makes me show my age when I do it, so just a little bit. It's actually called One Way Ticket to New Life. Um, apparently, it's also now known as Dear John. Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone. Life goes on, right or wrong. Now it's all been said and done, dear John. The decision's made, and after much contemplation on the pros and cons, I finally chose me. The ticket has been purchased, the house packed and listed. The last thing to do I've avoided because you'll try to twist shit. But try as you might, I won't bend, I won't break. And for the last time I've allowed and offered you my heart and mind to forsake. Used me as a resource, just take. Goodbyes are in order. To the overly helpful, yet helpless, pain hoarder. There's no line in the sand, I've placed a full border. You want some cheese with that wine? Here's a quarter. Phone a friend, drink your tears like water, because I'm out. The girl you knew or believed I was all about, she doesn't exist. It was just me trying to fulfill your every wish. But you didn't care to uplift the woman inside. I was just a young, slim bride. You took a knee, who took a knee and then stood up with pride. But I've chosen myself. I chose me. And now it's all said and done. And since we've sung life's last song, poor John. Peace. Yeah, I'm not singing that last part. Because she goes up on them notes.
Oh, come on.
That was
Since
amazing.
we've sung love's last song, poor John. So long. For those that remember the TV show.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yes,
Yes.
I did
yes.
not do the whole me part
Yes.
first to warm up for singing. That was not one of the pieces that I thought I was gonna do.
That was amazing.
I loved
That was
it.
beautiful.
I loved it.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you for doing that.
Absolutely. Yes. Look at the
Yes,
chat. It's
Nikki.
full of fingers and hearts. Won't be hard to find a section where people like what you're doing in the replay. We'll just
It's little spooky
actually
magic
it'd be cool if
fingers.
that was in the replay.
That was cool. Oh. Okay, so I was asked for a saucy piece.
Do we
For
need to
those.
ask anyone to go get tissues or
Oh,
blankets or
this one,
well, I mean, I heard, yeah, right, Stitchy Woman. I
what she
heard,
say?
I have heard rumors of poems being read and cameras needing to be shut off and folks, you know,
There
not
are
being able
some of
to.
I got my
those.
water.
There are some of those. This one is and I said the other day I'm not gonna do this one again without the music, and here I am without the music. But again, I wasn't expecting to do this one. This is
The
the
fellas
airplane.
over here talking about needing a plan B. So y'all get ready. If you got your plan B, run get it.
Okay, the plan Bs and the sham wows and the things, but this one is not erotic. This one is just
Shit, wow.
sensual spice.
Shit, wow.
It's 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 look. It's not even cayenne pepper. It's like paprika maybe. The passport and plan B. Yeah, well we are about to take a flight. So yeah, passport and a plan B.
My
Um
man said a sham wow.
Be,
That's amazing.
beware
and
that spicy mayonnaise.
this one is called Cabin of Desire, Cockpit of Desire. I call it COD. Um oh, smoked paprika. There you go.
I ain't smoking no paprika.
You said, let's go see the world. Wanting to catch flights with your girl. Decided to charter a plane. Crazy insane. Tour the main, and after the doors lock, enter the cockpit. Time to go sit and see the clouds from on high. The sunset makes a cotton candy sky. Candy. Miles water, and we're feeling randy. Whatever shall we do? Let's play for a round or two. No inhibitions allowed on this rendezvous. Oui, monsieur. Have a seat right here in this chair. Captain, my captain, or maybe you're the chaplain. Make me a believer, not just the receiver of your soul, although that is my goal. Sweet pleasure and pain, the way our bodies are laying out on the cabin floor, longing for more. Steward is told to knock on the door before coming into our space, because we will be coming and going into outer space. The way our bodies are entwined in place, fingers interlaced, ecstasy etched on our faces. Exhaling orgasms while legs spasm as you re-enter the chasms of my body. Mon cher, how I love to share my desires and make yours come true. Enjoying life while devouring you. Doing things that others think taboo. Give it to me. Give me you entirely, joyfully and exclusively. We're taking trips within this flight, reaching even higher heights, coming while soaring next to the moonlight. Your defenses are down, as are mine, drinking from each other like fine wine, sated in exhaustion, bodies fit by design, claiming each other with a thigh bite. Mine. And as we return to home plate, we continue this play date, the mogul and his mate. On la fée. Join the Mile High Club was your wish. Tell me, mon chéri, what's next on our list? Peace. Okay, I'm done.
Mon Cherie.
Yep.
I said, Mon Cherie.
Mm-hmm.
We.
Oui, mon chéri.
Fire. Yes, Crimson Rose. That was fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby growl. I didn't growl this time. People want to
a
keep
baby
their
growl.
ears. I don't know whose ears I'm in. I don't want to startle folks growling with the real
So
growl.
we 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 may we may have to keep you for a minute and coax something out of that book in front of you here, because
Mm.
um, we have yet to even talk about some things. Uh,
Whew.
so there's all kinds of stuff that you do on this platform.
There is.
We haven't even mentioned Sister Chat.
We have not yet mentioned Sister Chat, and my sisters are here in this room, in my room. Um, I
Mm-mm.
briefly spoke earlier about
No,
Sister
don't be
Chat, but
brief,
I
please don't be brief. Tell
well,
us
I was
about Sister Chat
waiting.
and anniversaries and
Yeah,
take your time doing so, please.
yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of Sister Chat. And Sister Chat is a compilation of wonderful, beautifully diverse women from all walks of life, different experiences, different parts of this country. Um, and we get together every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Find your time zones in between and on the outskirts. But yesterday was our 1 year anniversary. And this Saturday, we will go live once again, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we're going to do our year in review. So, anybody who is not familiar with Sister Chat, join the room, join the live on Saturday. We are going to do that year in review and kind of just recap some of the topics that we've done in the past. We've done some fun things like playing Family Feud, and we did Black History trivia and women's trivia, just some fun things. But we've also taken on some of today's trending topics, um, the Alabama fight on the riverboat, um, the dynamics of men and women, and loving out loud, loving each other out loud, and not being ashamed to not only pour into your mate, but pour into your friends, your sisters, your brothers. It's okay for men to pour into each other and uplift each other. That is what makes better men. Um, and seeing that is what makes better women. And so our platform is never a male bashing platform. We don't allow it. We will not tolerate it. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, but you don't get to bash men. Um, you only get to encourage, respectfully give your opinion, but we don't tolerate it. Um, and we don't allow women bashing either. Um, and we don't allow us to bash ourselves. I don't get to keep talking about myself disparagingly. They call me on my crap all the time. And this sisterhood that I have formulated with these women, I I value it so much because we could be anybody. But what we do as well, even though the name is Sister Chat, men are definitely welcome in our platform all the time, any topic. The only way for men to have a better relationship with women is to have conversations with women. The only way for us women to grow better and have better relationships with men is for us to communicate with you. Um, and we speak with, we don't speak at, because that gets us nowhere. All of that, we don't. We value the different perspectives, and that is what I love about our platform, very very much. Um, Sister Chat grew on the heels of another platform, a gentleman's space called Brothers Corner, and it was where the men gathered, on Friday nights, and they had their topics, and they allowed the women to be flies on the wall and to speak, and then to give our perspective on that same topic. And so that's what we do with Sister Chat. We also take the recommendations of our following. If there's a topic that you want us to cover and we can cover it respectfully, we will. Um, we even covered the lady who was hit by the brick, but we did it much more differently. We took a different perspective than anybody else that we've seen, or at least that I've seen, talk about that scenario. Because whether she was truthful or not, her cries for men to not just stand there and allow stuff to happen, that's a cry that all women have. All of us. Oh, hold on. The charger ain't charging.
You trying to pull my tricks?
Sorry again, I
Hey,
gotta
Charlie.
go.
Yeah, it did happen the other night too.
I might be sideways for a minute. I'll just hold it.
That's all right.
I'll go sideways with you. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll all turn sideways. It's no problem. Here, we'll just.
I got
It's
you.
all good. No worries. Look at that.
We're all going sideways now.
Here.
There you go. We got you.
Hey,
set.
now we got you. It's all
Have at
good.
it.
Completely normal. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, y'all.
So, is it true? Let me get here where I can see you. Is it true
He's like,
that your first reading was for Primal Poetry in October? Just recently, this past October. That was your first reading.
October.
get out of
You
here.
can't be serious. Unbelievable.
That was my first time performing in front of people ever. And what's I
Wow.
think the most
Yes, Davino.
interesting thing is that the piece, one of the pieces that I did, it was a 20-year-old story. It was a story that my 20-year-old self wrote. It was, I think I was 23 or 24 when I wrote that story. And for it to still resonate over 20 years later with grown folk, you know, like that room, the age ranges in that room was high 20s to 50s, mid 50s, 60s even. That was something that my 20-year-old self wrote, and it was felt, and that was so amazing. And my brother Davino Caprice and my sister Angel Tony, kicking and screaming, dragged me to that stage. And it was amazing. It
Thank you,
is.
Davino and
Some people get on the stage and they chase that high. I know that I can never get that back. I know that I will never get that first time high back. Because it was given to me. It wasn't something that I went out there and was like, I'm gonna do this, and now I'm chasing this fix that I gave myself. I know that that is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Because people believed in me. Ladies of Sister Chat, in and outside of the panel of Sister Chat, the Primal Poetry family all believed in me enough for me to do it, and I did the darn thing.
folks like
Still waiting
Davino
on that
over here
replay.
saying,
And then from
folks
there,
like
I
Davino
get
over
Lady
here
Shine.
saying you did the whole thing. That's from there. My man Davino over here saying you did the whole thing, and then you went and met Lady Shine. He might have said the whole damn thing.
I love you. I love you too. I love you all too.
So, is there any chance that you might pick one more out of that book in front of you, whichever one it is that you're moved to pick? And if not, no worries. Sometimes enough's enough. Do you got one more in you?
I can do another one.
I mean, I feel like I got an opportunity to have you here and you're reading poetry.
Now Lady Shine talking about some, yes, she will. I heard it in her voice.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know who's in the room right now. I mean, I am aware. I may not give shout outs to all of them because I don't want to interrupt you, but I know who's here. You got one more. You got one more in you.
Yeah. I
All
love
right.
your
All
entire
right.
face too, ma'am. What do you want from me?
And then, folks, we'll do any questions y'all had in the chat. I'll make sure that we get to those. She's probably covered a lot of them, but we'll get to those. And we want to make sure she got. Look, we see her whole face. We want to make sure she's got time to gather herself here, and you pick
Mm.
whatever one you want. Don't listen to the chat. No, I'm asking you not to listen to Lady Shine right now. I'm asking you to pick the one that you want to do. Whichever
Lady Shine,
one
I do not
moves
approve
you.
of that message.
I'm sorry, Lady Shines. I'm sorry, Lady Shines. I know Lady Shines over there throwing stuff at me. I want. Hey, we can do two more. That's fine. Do one for Lady Shines and do one that you want to do. I like that even better.
Well, the one that
But I
she
would like
wanted,
you to at least do one.
the
Yes.
one she wants is the one that I did in your live the very first time I met you. And I think that's fitting.
Well, that one don't even count, so we might as well do that again, and then we'll do. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that one again without the dog snoring in the background.
Chad, could we please
You,
get your dog to go? Could you go
I was
get your
like,
dog?
No,
Could
the,
you get him to
no,
start
in the
snoring?
video, that was my dog snoring. She was under the desk.
I thought it
So,
was mine.
Yeah, he's got one that'll snore for you though, just to make you feel
oh,
comfortable.
Loud.
He's got one that we could get to snore for you.
Very loud.
um, so the official name of this one is Kintsugi, the aka the Potter's Custom. And for those that are not familiar, Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing pottery. And they take the broken pieces and instead of using super glue, they put the pieces back together with gold. And it is valued so much more because you can never break pottery the same. So now what was this one little bowl is now a custom piece. Um, and so we have Kintsugi. Bright, shining clay mug, fresh from the kiln, baked and glazed, designed with custom features by the potter's hands, destined to amaze. An exclusive piece, one of a kind, infused with love, grace, spirit, and intellectual fine. Left unattended one day around those too naive to see its uniqueness, dropped and shattered, they looked at the pieces in bleakness. Never will it serve its intended purpose, so let's grab the broom and sweep this mess of unusefulness away because even the glued pieces will disclose their weakness. No, don't dare toss them, the potter exclaimed. See, this work of art's fate is not yours to name. It was designed for my purposes, made through my vision. So this vessel's fate is its own and my decision. With time, care, and deliberate attention, the pieces will be joined and reformed. Glue and glaze will reinforce and strengthen that which you only see as deformed. See, I knew before this day came what was meant to be, so I infused within the clay bits of my divinity. I'll take the time and love to put the broken pieces back together, because this vessel was made to survive and outlast all types of weather. It took the potter years to rejoin all of the fragmented pieces, reinforced each round with glaze and additional uniqueness. Did you know that the mug is you? That the mug is me? And the potter is still working on we. That is poem.
See what I'm saying? Thank you.
Absolutely.
The accidental poet.
The accidental poet.
So that was the one Lady Sean wanted you to do, correct?
It is.
That was an amazing choice, Lady Sean. All right, Miss Devlin. If there's
Um.
anybody that has any questions or anything, drop them in the chat. I think she's answered a
Yeah.
lot of them. And
Let's
while
do
we're doing that, Miss
questions.
Devlin,
Yeah.
you
Let's do questions.
there's got to be one that popped in your head when I asked you earlier that would speak to you in this moment, on this day, in this time, in this space. That's where I was trying to go with that. That potentially, like
It's
we were
that one.
talking about earlier, that's the one. That's
I
the
mean,
one. Okay, okay.
there's that
Beautiful.
one, and you know, hold on.
Hold
I
on.
I yeah, I got this other one. Okay, go ahead.
All right, last one. Here we go. This is it. I knew it. I knew there was one in there. I knew it. I knew it.
Um, I happened to be in Marty's live earlier today on the Journey Show, and this was not one that I was gonna do. This is not one of the. This was not what I had slated to do, but being in that live earlier today, and vowing to be a better human, even than what I've been. I want to have a better connection. Uh, Intentionally make a better connection with a family member, and I wrote this piece in honor of her and the life that I wish that she lived. She who we discussed yesterday that I said I don't have a good relationship with.
Mm, mm.
I wrote this piece for her. It started with a glorious day. Kiss of sunshine, a mug of coffee, toast and eggs. He calls me to the ensuite. He will only call me once. He never has to beg. Loofah gloves enclosed his hands, and the soap generously lathered within them. Sit here, my love, he instructed, as he guided me to the shower bench. I complied eagerly, relishing his attentiveness. Holding his shoulders as I disrobed for him, I asked, what God have I pleased to deserve love like this? Me, he responds. You have pleased me thoroughly, and it is my pleasure to return the favor. He turns my legs into the shower. Lifting my left leg, he starts at my thigh. The room smells of a heavenly concoction. Peppermint to invigorate and inspire. Sandalwood, not too rich, but the earthiness grounds me. I lean back against the tiles as he works his magic, and a moan escapes, and I hear him say, speak nicely to me, my love. His gentle way to request a verse, and so I comply. His hands, like a magician, coaxes the muscles not to spasm, but to respond to his touch. Come alive, neurons and nerves. Flow from hips to toes, but don't overwhelm me too much. He switches legs and masterfully again starts at upper thigh, washing and massaging down to my toes. That was beautiful, my love. He quickly bathes the rest of my body, rinses me thoroughly, taking care at the intimate bits. And after he pats me dry, applies a mixture of tea tree oil and body butter into my legs. And again he wills the blood to flow into lifeless limbs as he stretches and bends each one. My love, we will dance, we will stroll, we will hike and mountain climb, and you will walk again. This I promise. Peace. And that poem is dedicated to my mother and the love and care that I wish that she experienced as she regained her strength to walk. And it's not to shirk my dad at all, because he definitely took care of her, but to have that dedicated attention from somebody who vowed to love you. We say those vows for good, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. And my dad actually really had to help my mother learn to walk again. And he did it. He didn't do it begrudgingly. He did it because he loved her. But there's loving somebody, and then there's being in love. And I think that poem was in love. And I wish that for her. I really do.
Thank you for sharing that poem with us. I'm going to tilt myself up here so I can read, but y'all stay where you're at. I'll join you here in just a second. We have a question for you here,
Okay.
and that's heavy. I appreciate you sharing that with us, and I kind of had a sense that if we kind of got there, we would. So the question is this: Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you find the strength to keep pushing forward in your writing journey after 30 years? And that comes from Davina.
Oh, you mother sucker.
Where does she find the strength to keep pushing forward in her writing journey after 30 years? And I'm going to tilt back sideways again.
I'm gonna get you, Davina. It's not my strength. It's not mine. It is. I don't want to claim stolen valor, because that is a whole bad thing, but I am a vessel, not only of universe, but the people that are here in this universe that are not able yet to say the things that need to be said. They whisper, and spirits whisper, and human souls whisper, but their pain cries out. And so it says, I want to be heard. Pain is always loud. Pain will not be denied. Anger won't be denied. But when you get to the root of why do you hurt, that story has to be told in order for the pain and the anger to subside. And so I listened for it. And even though I didn't think that I had anything to write on Sunday, that very first poem, I didn't think that I had anything, and I wound up coming up with 2 pages. Spirit won't be denied.
Spirit will not be denied.
Yeah.
All right. Davino, that's a pretty good answer, I think.
Anything else, Optimus?
Well, you've got another one over here. Coach would like to know what inspired you to write Elevator.
Man, you people
Oh,
messing with you today,
Your
huh?
people show up, Miss Devlin. Your people show up.
And apparently y'all won't be ignored over here, so y'all going over there asking the questions. Well, while you're over there, you make sure that you follow the people that are over there, and you tap that screen over there too. The inspiration behind Elevator, and even the airplane one that I just did, because apparently I can't have intimate moments on the ground, as my brother says. Just because I desire to do a thing doesn't mean that the person that I'm with gets to do that thing with me. And so I write it. I write my desires. I write my truths. I write my desires. I write my fears. But yeah, I had to put Elevator out there in order for me to get somebody to have an Elevator story with. eventually, because he know what's coming. If a dude gets in the elevator with me, with in the 75-story building, look, I'm just saying, if you belong to me and I take you to a high rise, just know what's coming. I have said too much. I digress. Angel
Okay.
Angel Kim has a question. What's your question, love? Do you want to go over there and ask, or do you want to ask over here? Because the going zone is going. Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank everyone. Thank you for the gifts and support.
You don't have to go over there. I will read your question. You
Is
can.
it Angel's question? Is that who you're talking to,
Mm-hmm.
Angel?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll read it for
I
you. I got
I
you.
have a couple coming over
Oh, go
here
ahead,
too
Chad.
here in just a
Oh,
moment.
cool, Chad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
let's
All
see
right.
here. If you could describe Devlin in 4 words, what would they be?
Creative, transparent, adventurous, hence the hair. Um,
I love it, by the way.
Fixer.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I have one more.
Okay.
Hey, thank you so very much for the gifts, guys. Let's see here. What is the last thing you would want the world to remember about you before you take your last breath?
Remember to feed my son, because he's a bottomless pit.
Remember to
There you have
feed
it.
my son.
There you
And
have
my
it.
Wow.
dog
Thank you,
too.
Joy.
And my dog too.
And your
That's
daughter, too.
awesome.
No, my dog. Well,
Oh, your
she might as
dog.
well be a daughter.
That's
Mm,
funny.
oh, I got one over here. What advice do you
Okay.
have for aspiring poets and writers? Torzu, actually, I look to y'all for that because I'm still aspiring, honey. But don't let your pen stop flowing. Don't throw anything away. If you got a verse that comes to you and you don't know where it fits yet, just set it to the side. But I don't throw anything away. It may not fit the poem that I'm writing right now, but it will fit one day. I don't believe that we're given words for no reason. So yeah, hold
True.
on to it. It may not be what you need in that moment for the piece that you're working on. It may be the jump off for another piece. How does it feel to be pushed out of the nest? Ugh. But I love it here. Yeah, I was
So,
shoved. Exactly that.
Well, I'm
Twister
glad you
Love
landed
would like
here.
to know. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You landed in the right spot. Twister Love would like to know. Besides writing, is there anything else you do?
Oh yeah, we forgot about that part. I crochet. I,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
crochet.
yeah.
Um,
What about that?
I crochet blankets and scarves, and I made a pair of angel wings. They are on my page. Yeah, I have a crochet business that I'm launching right now, where I do custom pieces, custom orders. So it is um, what you want in the color combination that you want. Um, yeah.
A- Angel Kim would like to know what is the most difficult topic for you to write on and why?
Mm. Death, because the tears
Ooh.
come. But I have poems about death. So um I see that. Sir.
She has a follow up question which I think is really good.
Okay.
So death is was your response, and then she says, Angel was asking, when you do write on it, how do you mentally prepare yourself to write about something like that?
Mm. I don't prepare to write about it. It just comes.
Ooh.
Um a lot of my writing this year, almost almost all of my writing this year has come from prompts, whether from Lady Shine or Poetic Beauty, um, Prince, Prince, Haitian Prince, a friend of mine, a brother of mine, even Poet Paradox. Those prompts, I sit with them for like 2 of the minutes that they give us to write, and whatever comes, comes. And one of those prompts was the final words. I said what I said. And the poem that came that day, another 2-pager, was about the death of my aunt and when she revisited me from the spirit world. So, yeah. I don't prepare to write about those things. It's just, in the words of Poet Paradox, I bleed poetry. Whatever comes, comes. There are some more questions over here too.
Yeah, you got more over here too.
What is the mark on the poetry community you have left on us? I hope that my mark is to keep writing, that you're never too old, to be adventurous and just do the damn thing. You know, get out there and be heard. Like y'all dragged me out here to be heard, and now I'm finding my footing. And so while I'm still a bundle of nerves and jitters, and my feet are over here dancing like fireflies, I swear, the more I do it, the more comfortable I get. And I wish that my 20-year-old self had been bold enough. Then maybe by now I would be used to it. And soon, yes,
Coach
soon
seems
a
to be looking
full-length
for a
cardigan will be
turtleneck.
crocheted. I'm not crocheting a turtleneck. Did Coach say something about crocheting a turtleneck?
Coach is looking for a turtleneck over here. Is there some way we can get a turtleneck for Coach?
No.
I'm not sure what that's about, but Coach would like a turtleneck.
Coach lives in Arizona, and she keeps teasing me about this turtleneck. I'm not crocheting a turtleneck. I don't. No.
So, Papa Scrap
I
would
got
like to
5
know:
lines of turtleneck.
Was there a recent open mic experience that had you uncomfortable or petrified? You might have spoke on that earlier a little bit.
There is one open. Well, my very first open mic is on my page. I have since gone back twice to the same space, and it has not been meant for me to go on stage. So I'm gonna go back again. I'm just gonna keep going. The second time I went, it was a full house. I will admit I was very intimidated. And I said to myself, I'm not going up there after these people. They were amazing. And you know the saying, your tongue is powerful, and watch what you say because you might just get it. Yeah, I said I wasn't going up there, and I didn't. They never called me. I stayed until after 1 a.m, and they still had not called me. And then I went back last week, and I wasn't called, but I enjoyed myself that time. Like, I really took in the environment and had a good time. And so that made me more comfortable in that space. And I think it's a matter of getting comfortable. And I think the more comfortable I am, and the more things feel like home, or the more my poetry feels like home, at least I can get out of the nerves of myself, get out of my own way, and get out of my own nerves, and really just have a good time. And the more comfortable I am with my work, then the better experience I'll have. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people, I envy their confidence. You know, it because there are people in this world that are loud and wrong. Okay, and for other people to tell me that I'm doing something right now, and for me to not do it boldly, I'm doing a disservice to myself, but I'm also doing a disservice to community by not getting out there. And it's okay for me to be out there nervous. We all have to step one step at a time. You have to learn how to walk before you can run. And so at 46, I am learning to walk and I'm waddling, but I'm getting my feet up under me. And then I'm going to run and then I'm going to fly. And we all are. We have such an amazing artist community and we are meshing well with each other. And so even in our travels, there's always somebody somewhere, wherever we go, that we will be able to, hey, I'm in your town. What's going on? Um, and I think that's what the one artist community is looking to build. Um, and it's also what Sister Chat is looking to build. You know, just honest communication, conversation, great times. No drama, no combativeness, just great times and great discussions.
I have a question over here in my chat, and it's something about a book. When will she start writing her book? Oh, hang on, it skipped on me.
I'm
Oh,
working
I'm
on
sorry.
it.
Yeah, that's a
When will she
great
start
question.
the book writing process, and what is the estimated date of its completion?
Who's that
Wow, that's a pretty
questioner?
big question. I can't tell you who asked that one.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I can't tell you because I don't want to get in trouble with Lady Shine.
Okay. How did I know?
Oh boy. Woo! Bring them
Look,
all out. Bring them all out.
look. All of these amazing prompts that I'm getting from so many people have gotten my pen flowing again. And so the book is in process. I am aiming for this year, hopefully. Um, and my goal is to give you a two-parter. Um, it's gonna be a double feature, so you get the reflections and the observations, but you also get some of the notey if you dare. So you
Can
don't
I
have
put
to
my
get them
order in
both,
right now?
but you can.
Can I order those now? Is there a way to order those right now?
We're gonna need a link for the future, real quick.
You want a
Yeah, you
link for
got
the
that set
future?
up yet? You got that link for that
I'm gonna
book?
get my assistant right on that.
All right, assistant, get a link for the book that's not finished.
The book that
We need
hasn't
a link for
started.
the book that isn't finished yet, assistant. Get off your
Yeah,
ass. Get going. Let's go,
look,
assistant. We need you. We need you on the
I
job over
will
there. Help her
tell
out.
you, just in case this whole TikTok ban crap, my name is the same on all platforms. It's the same on IG and YouTube and Clapper. So
Me too.
should this
Yep.
should this go by the wayside, my Instagram is also Devlyn313, as is my YouTube channel, which I need to put something on there soon.
What's up,
Um,
Eric?
yeah. So
It's it's bigger than that now. It's bigger than any one platform at this point. Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You are beyond a platform, a singular platform. Miss Devlin.
Yeah, I
So
gotta apparently I need to get a link tree and all this stuff going.
yeah, me too. Me too. We
Cause
we talked about that. We have some
crocheted
similarities in our.
stuff and the cat o' nine tails, the customized cat o' nine tails line that's coming. Yeah. So yeah, the sister chat, the book, and
Listen.
I, I didn't slide that in
Sister
there
Chat is
quietly.
on at
Yeah,
1 o'clock
caught it.
Eastern
I
time on
caught it.
Saturdays. Yep.
Saturdays at
Yep.
1 p.m.
One
Eastern on
Eastern.
Saturdays.
Yes. And can I say this about that? They were so gracious and kind to welcome me over. I haven't been able to make it every weekend. Obviously, we all have that similar thing going on, but
Hmm.
I was welcomed with open arms. It was a stimulating conversation. Everyone was very welcoming, very truthful, very forthcoming. It was a fantastic experience. So if you happen to be a dude, don't be just because it's called Sister Chat. Now you might want to mind your p's and q's. Understand whose home you're in. Understand whose room you're in.
Hmm.
Um, and don't just go in there slinging things around like you own the place. But
Yeah, we don't do religion, we don't do politics. Those are testy subjects that we don't do. Now, are we believers of different faiths? Absolutely. We don't deny that there is a higher power, but we respectfully don't have those conversations. We will not have that conversation about Israel and Palestine. It it's not gonna happen over there.
we have our
Um,
feelings on that too, and same thing. There's other
Yep.
platforms for that.
because loss of life is loss of life, and the semantics behind the reason is look. You say it's red, I say it's blue. At the end of the day, I'm still trying to eat, sleep, and breathe, and walk my dog.
Mm,
Yep.
mm,
So
absolutely.
we don't do that.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on this show. I hope we've been able to express to you, Chad, and I, how much we respect you, and
I love
as
and respect.
at first and foremost as a person. You're an amazing artist, amazing
Look,
poet,
everybody
a
won't
good
turn
guy.
their screen for me, so I love y'all too.
Man, I'll turn my screen anytime for you, Devlin.
Any old time, any
You come through
time.
and I'll be like, oh, here's
So
Devlin. Hold up.
yes, yes. But Miss
Hmm.
Devlin, there's a depth to your journey and a kindness to your wisdom that I very much appreciate. And oftentimes, wise people don't pair that with kindness, and you have both.
Mm.
You have the wisdom and the vision to shine to share it in a kind way. And I think I'm trying to learn. You're teaching me. I'm trying to learn patience and you know focus and those kind of things. So I appreciate you. I hope that people are showering you with love over there.
They
And
are, and Lady Shine is asking more crazy questions. When are you going to start hosting your own open mic?
that's a
Actually,
great
Sister
question.
Love and I were talking about it because we are both here
Really,
in Detroit, and so we were talking about that. So
Twista. Okay.
yeah.
What other questions does Lady Shine have? These are great questions.
Don't encourage her.
We always
Hi,
encourage
we're
Lady
going to
Shine.
fight, ma'am. Look, I'm struggling with this makeup now. You know I don't do this girly stuff, and you sitting up here trying to make me cry. Mm. Oh gosh. Yeah, I could start an open mic via TikTok, but I'm gonna go to the Primal Poetry open mics instead. And also for those of you who are not familiar with Lady Shine and you keep hearing us talk about her, please make sure that you follow her because um the March Duets Challenge is next Wednesday, the 27th, and you have poets paired with visual artists. And it's going to be an amazing night. It's going to be Wednesday, March the 27th. Um, we starting at 7:30 Mountain, so that's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, all of the plugs for everybody
she,
else. And if you are not
she's
following
my
the
date.
Divino
What?
Caprice
Or I'm her
and
date.
Angel Tony of Primal Poetry and the Primal Poetry page, October is coming around again, and there will be another 50 Shades of Seduction, and that's where you get all of the spicy pieces. But
Oh
they are
wow.
also
Yeah.
doing
That,
open mic, a monthly open mic on Saturdays. I believe it's the fourth Saturday. So that's going to be on Zoom. Tickets for those are available, or will be made available, and the flyer will be out soon for those. Uh, it's so many amazing people um, that have supported us, and we had Gin on Sister Chat because quarterly we do an Entrepreneurs Day where we highlight different entrepreneurs that we've come in contact with that support us, to also give them the support right back, give them the orders and everything, and just spotlight on them. And so if you are not following these people, I'm telling you, you are depriving yourself of greatness all the way around the board. And all of the poetic family that is here in the chat, the one artist community that's here in the chat, everybody follow it. Everybody. Just everybody follow it.
Postcards for Positivity is another hashtag I really like. I think Crimson Rose is doing some amazing work.
Okay, so I came in the room as they were wrapping up. So Postcards for Positivity. What's going on there?
Crimson Rose sends out these. I actually have it right here. She sends out an envelope.
I got mine yesterday.
You did, and in that envelope,
I don't have it here. I'd show it off.
It's her art, and I have it up on the wall here. And it's stickers and postcards. And she sent, like, for example, she sent me 2 postcards. One has a really kind handwritten note on the back of it. And it is this piece right here, which I actually framed it. But she takes her art and she turns it into postcards like that. And then here's a couple examples of. And there
so
were
I
more
could get a
in here.
50 pack of postcards.
And
Magnets.
these are, I'm not sure, maybe so, but these are also, and like this one says "for the love of art" on the back of it. This one says "you are loved" on the back of it. But these are pieces of art that she's turned into stickers and postcards, and she sends them to people, just trying to uplift people, just spreading the love and sharing her art. And there's an additional one, which I don't want to show because it'll go to the person, but she sends an additional one, and I'll now send that postcard to someone else with a message on the back.
Awesome.
So I really like. It's called Postcards for Positivity, and I really dig that she took the time to do that. You know, we try to support folks who are supporting other folks on here, so she definitely falls into that category. And also, by the way, if I'm understanding correctly, she's going to be a guest on this show too here down the road next month. So another person doing something positive out there in the community, and we really like to shine a light on that.
Love it. Love it.
Miss Devlin, is there anybody you would like to talk about, or anything you would like to say? Is there any correction that we need to make from something that I messed up?
You didn't mess up anything. This has been not as painful as I thought it was going to be. I don't. I mean, you said it in the very beginning. You and I had this conversation yesterday. I am backstage hand, and I thrive in that element because I don't have to worry about anybody looking for me. I do my job. I keep my head down. And so to have people, pulling that curtain away and pushing me out front is unusual for me. But I like it here. I like it here. I thrive in doing things. I'm a doer. I'm not trying to be the star of anything. And so to be put in the hot seat and in the spotlight is really difficult for me. But I'm going to have to get used to it because y'all won't let me not.
in that lane, in that effort, see, are you able to see me?
Mm-hmm.
Will you do a quick favor and do this? Mm-hmm. A little lower. There we go. With a full breath. There we go. That is our Miss Devlyn 313, ladies and gentlemen. This is the person we're talking about. This is the person we're talking to. She even let us see her face. That's what she looks like. That was for you, Lady Shine. That was for you, Lady Shine.
Oh, screenshot it because it ain't gonna happen again.
Chad, talk to me, buddy. What you got?
You caught me posing for the screenshot with Devlin while she was showing her face. And my screen froze up as soon as I hit the capture. It was like, we got the picture, but you're going to have to wait to say anything to anybody for a minute now.
I'm gonna need that picture. I'm gonna need that picture.
I'm gonna need
I'll
it
send
too.
you some. I got one. Well, I think I did. Devlin, thank you so much for coming back on the Gin Project show. Like,
Thank you for having me back.
oh, wow. As soon as he told me you were coming on the show again, I was really, really stoked about it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for allowing everybody to push you out front.
Shoving,
I'm glad
kicking and shoving.
that you have. Well, we
you for
appreciate
having me
you
again.
allowing that. And
Thank
we
you for-
appreciate those folks who pushed you out to us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I love them. I guess I keep them. I keep all of them.
You're gonna have to keep them all now. So, if you would make sure you check out Miss Devlyn313 anywhere you can find her. It will be a joy. I'm telling you, she's an amazing human being.
Yeah, but don't look at me sideways if you find me in one of these spicy rooms and be like, I thought she was such a good girl. No, I ain't. I never said it was. I'm telling you now, be careful of the rooms that you find me in.
She never made such a claim.
When
I'm
you
here
find
and I
me,
like to have
beware
fun.
of the place that you have found.
Right. Hey, what is that situational awareness we were talking about? That situational awareness. Well, hey, just personally, from me personally, I really do appreciate you coming out from behind the veil and giving us an opportunity to speak in a real way
Yeah.
on terms that hopefully everybody can understand. And I appreciate your leadership. I appreciate your counsel. I appreciate your friendship, and I hope that you feel as loved here as we feel when we were in your spaces.
I
So
definitely do.
thank
Oh,
thank you for
one quick thing.
Yes, ma'am.
That way I will have it recorded that I said it. Shout out to Star of Harold's Place Salon for the color job. It is.
I love it.
Star of Harold's Place Salon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love
Screenshot, y'all.
It's
Screenshot.
purple
Love
over
it.
here, and it's pink in here, and it's blue over there.
Screenshots.
Whoa, that's what I was doing. You knew it too. You're like, Chad's over there getting screenshots. I can tell by the stupid look on his face.
Of course, Lady Shines. Of course. It's our people. So, thank
you.
everyone for tuning in. If you're seeing us sideways, it's because sometimes there's glitches and we do things the way we do things.
I'd like to get
My
sideways,
phone got down
boo.
like to 5%, and so we got to do what we got to do when we have to recharge.
I would like to. I would like to give a little love. Maybe so. I spend Fridays. I would encourage everybody to take time for yourselves too. I spend Fridays with my wife, and oftentimes Thursday afternoons as well. And that's the time that I have to spend with her that we set aside that we don't do other things. So I would encourage other people to do that. But Rick the Muse has his show on Fridays. So I would encourage everybody. He had another amazing show this past week. I've heard all about it. So please support Rick the Muse. He does some good interviews, has some amazing artists. You catch him on Friday. Every other Friday, you can catch SA Artistries. She does a You Pick It, She Paints It, and she is the reason I met.
Amazing.
She is an incredible artist, yes. And so make sure you give her support. I know that Nelly Artistic Energy does some things on Thursdays and some other days too. So let's make sure that we give Nelly some love.
Yes.
there's a whole host of folks out there doing really cool stuff. And Chad has if you look in his profile, he has a post that he made where we can drop show times and that kind of thing out there. So
Ooh.
let's please be supportive of each other. You got the Sister Chat conversation that goes on every Saturday at 1 o'clock. You can catch me and SA Artistries on Saturday mornings doing a flow state usually. You can
Okay.
catch me and Chad on Sunday nights doing flow states, or often many
Or in the
nights doing
middle
flow
of the night,
states.
any old time. If y'all are night
Yeah,
owls.
we get a lot done in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when we're actually working on our craft most of the time in some capacity. So
And
join us there, and we
for those that don't know what flow state is, that is when you are not really paying attention to the chat. You are actually working, but your camera is on so they can see what's going on.
yes, absolutely.
Briefly.
That's the best. That's the best description I've heard yet. So please stop in and check us out. The way the Again Project shows are going to be now that they're on Tuesdays is we're going to have an amazing, hopefully, artist like we did today, and we're going to talk a little bit about the process of what we've been working on in the flow states throughout the week. Chad will have his show Thursday night, and he's got some stuff coming up y'all are going to want to see. Oui,
Yes, I
mon
do.
chéri.
It's his
So
faces.
when she
Yeah.
was reading her poem earlier, I was like, maybe we get Miss Devlin to translate for us.
Mm.
It's gonna
So
get fun
uh,
Thursday.
I
yes,
might have to do that.
yes. Do you speak French? A little
Oh,
bit.
damn it.
That's way more
Translate
than
a
we
little bit.
speak.
I might need you on hand Thursday.
I'm gonna bring some folks with me.
Bring a
Yep.
translator. Yeah,
I'll try.
he's gonna have one in his ear.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
have
just gonna
a
be
in
sitting out
air.
here going, "What's happening, y'all? What's sure." I'll probably end up committed to all kinds of stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's okay.
Bet on it.
so
I
so
agree,
please
Davino.
stop
This has
in.
been a phenomenal show.
Yes, most
Davino said we'll
definitely.
bring a Rosetta Stone. We'll do that.
Right?
We might need it. We might need it.
We might
So,
need it.
Chad's got some stuff that he's working hard on. He'll be able to roll out for us in the coming weeks and months. I've got some
Mm-hmm.
things that I'm working on. Apparently, Miss Devlin's working on books now, and we have a firm date. Those books will be out in about 2 months. And
Oh,
place your orders now. Go ahead and
see,
send her
join
your
that.
money.
I said 2 books, not 2 months.
Okay.
No pressure.
So thank everyone for joining. I would encourage you to go over to Theoria Radio and download their app. It doesn't cost anything. You can catch the Gen Project show on Wednesday nights. Now they carry it. It's
Ooh, the fire
syndicated, I
pit was
guess.
on tonight.
I love the Fire Pit.
The fire
Yes,
pit
and
episode is on tonight. I believe it is starting in 3 minutes.
he will be a
Cool.
guest on this very show on April 2nd.
Oh,
Mike,
awesome.
I talked to him briefly.
Mike.
I talked to Mike briefly today, and we're trying to work it out to where we kind of do the shows back to back, so that we don't
Hmm.
have, I often miss his show because I'm either
Thank you,
talking to Chad
Mama.
afterward, trying to get ready for the next thing, or preparing. So I'm looking forward to
Right.
that. So
Okay.
you've also got Italo over there that does poetry on Fridays. You got Seb doing the top
Mhm.
10 on Saturdays, and you got my man LP doing his inspirational show with his wife on Mondays. So please go over to Theoria, download the app. Doesn't cost anything. Sign up so you get
It's on all
their updates and
platforms.
that kind of thing on all platforms. That's right, and they're big supporters of this art community, of the poetry community,
Hmm.
of the musicians in this community. So,
Those
Chad, is there
independent
anybody I've
artists.
missed? I know there are, but I'm sorry. Say
I
again.
have one last announcement, if you don't mind.
No.
Today is the 21st anniversary of me receiving a life-saving kidney transplant. I literally died several times waiting for it. 21 years today.
Oh,
That
you
being
can drink
said,
now
my kidney
legally.
can drink now,
You,
right?
you're
Um,
His
21.
that
kidney's
being
old enough to
said,
drink.
I know it is. It is. That being said, there's over 90,000 people waiting for organ transplants, and a large majority of them will never receive one. You can't take them with you, folks. It's real easy to sign when you get your driver's license done, or to go to, I believe it's organdonor.org. I don't know. It's real easy to find. It's really simple. Go and save someone's life like mine was saved. I'm able to have a wife and a daughter, and I'm able to be here with you because someone signed that little thing and gave me their kidney, and I'm alive today because of it. So, if you want to celebrate with me for my 21 years, go sign up, be an organ donor. Love to all of you guys.
Live you the life.
I'm an organ donor, guys. I'm an
I am
organ
too.
donor. Join me. Join me.
Thank you, Ezra.
Thank you both.
So
for such
thank
an
everybody
amazing
so much.
show. Thank you everybody for the almost, well, over 50K likes. Thank you for pushing me to go live
Yes.
on my own platform for the first time in almost a year. 3 down, y'all. I done 3 lives on my own.
And there soon is coming regular lives that you're going to be doing soon. You and Lady
Uh,
Shines are working on that. Is that
no,
correct?
no, I didn't know. No, no.
So, is there
She's gonna be
anything
like, I
else
ain't
we
coming
need
on
to
your show
cover?
again.
A million thank you.
Is there anything we've missed or we'd like to make sure we get to? We don't want to skip over the crocheting or
No.
the open mic nights or
The page for the crocheting is chosen.moments. Oh, it's here on TikTok. There isn't a lot there, but I'm about to post some more. There are a couple of crochet items that I have on this platform in my videos. The wings are there. The wings, they are a shawl that I made of white sparkly yarn, and they glow in the dark, and you'll see that in the video of the wings themselves. I've only made the one pair of those, and for good reason. So, but yeah, scarves, hats, blankets.
So I can't let my daughter see the wings then, is what you're saying. Because if she sees glow in the dark wings, we're gonna have to be talking.
We can talk.
yes,
Okay.
I have more time on
chosen
my hands
moments,
now.
chosen dot moments.
Chosen dot moments. Well, chosen period moments.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, we can talk about them. I have more time on my hands now. When I made those, it took me 4 months, but I was working 7 days a week, so I was only crocheting like an hour or
Oh,
two at a time. I got
right.
more time now, so
Cool.
Better not let your daughter see those, bro.
I know, right? I was like, now we got to talk about me being broke. No.
but she's
you
so
better,
cute.
you better not. You better
I'm
not
a
let little
pushover
one see them
too.
now. You gonna be.
Yeah. You can ask again.
That's awesome. I love
I'm
it.
a
I
terrible
love it.
pushover when it comes to my
La-
daughter.
Well,
Oh,
here's the thing.
lady,
She's
ladies
not
and
fully
gentlemen, we need to start a
grown, so it won't
GoFundMe.
take
No,
as
come
long
on.
for me to make them. You know, she's a small human, so I won't have to take so long. There's
this is true.
There
She's
you
only 7.
go. Look at that.
She's
Problem
little.
solver. Like she said, the lady is a problem solver, Chad.
Problem solver.
mhm. Now understand that that's
I,
gonna push
I,
back
I
that
would.
book release date, though.
Oh, then I'm gonna have to wait because I ain't gonna get any hate mail from Lady Shine. All right.
You better
Yeah,
put the
thought I
brakes
got
on
that
that,
I'll
off.
wait till the book is
Chad.
over. I'll wait till the book is over. Once the book is out, then we'll talk about it.
Okay, it'll make a nice Christmas gift.
All right.
How about
There
that?
you go.
There you
I,
go.
I, I would also like to thank all the folks in the chat and all three chats
All
for coming
3
in,
chats,
for hanging
yes.
out, for spending time with us, for going back and forth between the chats.
Mm.
It's really, as Seb would say, really lovely that people communicate together, show each other love, give each other follows. Let's keep building this community. Let's stay as positive as we possibly can. We've
Mm-hmm.
all dealt with things. We've all been through things. So let's try to afford each other a little grace. I'm working on that myself. Um, So sometimes we got to give ourselves a little grace. Sometimes we need to give others a little grace. We never know what somebody's been through on any given day. Um, so thank everybody for coming in here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the Again Project show, the Chad Rev Art show. Thank you for supporting Devlyn313 here.
Thank you,
Miss Devlyn,
everybody.
I hope you know that we respect you, we love you, we appreciate you,
Right.
and we are so excited to watch this journey unfold because you were talking about coming from the front porch to the sidewalk, and I've lived in a lot of different places and a lot of different neighborhoods, and some places that's a dangerous journey, and some it's a joyous
Mm-hmm.
journey.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for taking that walk with all of us.
I got my Kevlar on, just in case.
You might need it sometimes. So and with success comes the haters. So you keep doing your
Mm.
thing.
Baby,
Um,
that's a whole nother
keep
show,
being
sir. That's
amazing.
a whole nother show.
and and please everyone follow each other, look out for each other, support each other when you're able. Don't stress
Mhm.
out if you're not able to make it to a show or somebody's show. We can't be in all places at all times. Do what you
You are
can, just
No.
one
do the best you
human.
can. and if and if people don't
So for
respect
Chuck.
that, then maybe they don't deserve your respect. Keep moving. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stress. So thank you, Miss Devlin, for coming here. Thank you, Chad. I love you, brother. I appreciate you.
Love
Congratulations on your
y'all.
21 years. And I'm so
Congratulations.
glad that you have that kidney. And I will have some thoughts for the person that it belonged to today. I know that you do as well. And
Yes, I do.
I appreciate them. I'm grateful to them
I'm
for you
grateful.
and your friendship. And yes, and their sacrifice. So, thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Um,
everybody.
hope to see everybody again soon. Take care of each other. Love each other. This is Devlin313, one of the most incredible human beings I've ever had the pleasure to do an interview with. So,
Thank
thank you, Miss
you.
Devlin. Thank you, Chad. I'm going to
Thank you,
stand this
bro.
thing back up right now
Right.
because we're about to do it.
Oh, now everybody's neck is
There it
cracked.
is. There, now, Chad, if you would lean forward, Miss Devlin, if you would lean forward, and I would like for y'all to please get a screenshot of the three of us. Miss Devlin, there we go. Thank you, everybody. If there's anybody out there willing to take a screenshot, please do so,
I got you. I got
and then
you.
send it to me. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Miss Devlin. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, everybody in the chat. For those folks we didn't shout
Thank
out, we see
you.
you. We try to keep the focus on the guest.
Bye,
Much love, everybody.
everybody.
Take care. Bye, everyone. Much love. Thank you.